This is 2:35. Mics are hot, camera's hot, and this is episode 235 of the No Hangover podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, follow across all platforms. We're on YouTube, we're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Spotify. Check us out on our socials. Good old Bear, we got a little special guest. We got two guests. Check us out on our socials on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast and on TikTok at No_Hangover. We got another one. My dog Jamie in the motherfucking house.
What up,
What's good, brother?
What's up?
We go way back. It's actually funny how we met. I remember that shit, fucking introducing you and bringing you out. So we played football together. And you were what? You were a freshman when I was a senior?
No, I was
a sophomore when I was a senior. Yeah. And you transferred over from Apopka. And I forget who. I think you and Jordan, like he's the one that introduced me to you and all that shit. But then when we went out to practice and we started doing our breakdowns, I fucking brought your ass out there and kind of, made sure that, people knew that you're new, kind of want to welcome you in. At that point too, like, man, going through fucking 4 years, or I guess at that point 3 years of fucking losing and being LA Cal, I wanted that shit so fucking bad. So I just wanted to make sure, everybody was on the same page and shit. Sure. Shit didn't really work out how I wanted it to, how we wanted it to in the end for my senior season. But I kind of felt bad for you guys too, because like, man, I felt bad for Steven and I felt bad for you because I'm like, damn, there's nothing after us. There ain't shit as far as talent and like depth and shit like that. Like there is a few good players here and there, but that shit was once our senior class left, that was kind of it.
I ain't gonna lie. 2018 class was kind of crazy. They had a couple dudes that went D1.
Oh, word?
I say yeah, like maybe like 3-4 dudes. You got Tyson, Steve-O, and Kenyatte Skinner.
Yeah, one of those dudes are super like really fast, right? That's what kind of his thing.
Steve-O and Kenny, they was both running like high 4.3, low 4.4.
Shit. Yeah. Where'd they end up going?
Steve-O went to Central Arkansas. He played corner.
Oh, nice.
Then Kenny went to Duquesne's. Then he went to a few other schools after that. But he was doing his thing though everywhere he went.
Nice. And so after we left, you were there. How did that go for you? Like, how was your football experience? Because you've pursued it a lot longer than I have. I played a semester in college and I'm like, damn, this shit it takes some dedication. Being a student athlete is no fucking joke. And I kind of dropped it soon thereafter. But you've until recently are still, pursuing it and things like that. So how has that journey been for you?
Talking about like from college all the way to now?
From the beginning when you first started playing football to now.
When I first started playing, I was playing out in Altamont for the Ravens when I was in middle school.
Pull the mic closer to you a little bit.
When I was with the Ravens, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little chubby fat kid, so I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't really out there doing too much, but I just had a nose for the ball. Like I just always found a way to get to the ball, but I wasn't like. Whenever we came out there, I wasn't really looked at as like one of them type of dudes.
Yeah, I will say you definitely grew into your body for sure. Like as you started, especially your senior year, we'll still keep up. I'll still pay attention and shit. You definitely grew into your body and, put on weight. You grew taller, you got that muscle mass to you and shit like that. So like, that kind of, some people are just late bloomers sometimes.
Nah, for sure. Definitely is. I'm about to say.
And you've always been like athletic too, because I remember like even then you would fucking had a nice handle when we played basketball and shit like that.
Appreciate
that was the one thing that's the one thing you would talk shit on me on that I couldn't really talk much shit because like I was athletic but I barely have a handle now. Yeah, so like then I was just fucking going straight off of my athleticism and shit like that. But you've always had a good handle and you like there was glimpses of that athleticism. You just had to grow into your body. So.
So man, that was tough though. For a long time, I felt like I was like 5 feet tall going to high school, bro. I
swear. Shit. So did you play at Apopka at all?
Nah, bro. I just played freshman, bro. I was just playing O-line, bro.
Damn.
O-line and D-line. Then I came to Lake Howell. I told him I played D-line, and then I ended up getting moved to linebacker a little bit. got my feet wet a little bit, but I wasn't there yet. So I had to like take that off season. I had to like really start getting right for real.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Coach Lowe is really the one that, because before that we had a defensive coordinator, Coach T. Man, he made me not like football. That shit was. And he didn't really like me. He pulled me and one of the seniors aside my sophomore year at the end of the year and saying that we were uncoachable. We're not going to do anything with football. Da-da-da-da-da, this and that. Like, pretty much just telling us we ain't shit. Like, you need it because of my attitude. He's the only coach that's ever said that to me, because then we got Coach Lowe. And I was about to not play that next year, but then he kind of, convinced me and shit like that. And, I think it turned out for the better. But, yeah, it's definitely, a mindset. You have to especially in football, especially playing defense, like tackling people and shit like that. Like, you have to want that shit. And for me, that was the hardest thing. Like, I did not like to tackle. Like, I went into my freshman year thinking I was going to play running back. That's what I wanted to play. Yeah. And they put my ass on defense. I'm like, oh, all right. Like, this can't be too bad. And once I started like, oh, yeah, we have to tackle. I'm like, that was my first time playing like organized tackle football and pads and shit like that. And that shit is much different from just backyard or 7-on-7 shit. So like, having to get over that, I don't even know if it was a fear, just getting it in my head that I want to go fuck this person up. I want to go take this motherfucker down to the ground and shit like that. It's a learning curve, but I think it was our like third or fourth game against Seminole my freshman year. I had my first big hit, and I'm like, oh, bet, like, oh, yeah, nice. This ain't bad. Because then I started realizing, like, oh, like I could use my weight. Like, I'm big. Like, I can fucking hit somebody and it's not really gonna fuck me up too much. So like that's when I started. I'm like, all right, like I don't mind this. I can do this shit. So
sure. I said, you was wrong, bro. Linebacker, I swear you used to be out there making plays, bro. Don't let him try to fool y'all. He was out there making plays. That boy just ain't want to do it no more. He was one of them ones.
Well, I think I appreciate that, but I think part of it is too, like, I wasn't really paying attention to my grades that much as I should have. Going, especially going into my senior year, because after our spring game against Lyman, Coach Lowe pulled me aside. He's like, "Yo, you got schools that are asking about you." Like, he said Georgia Tech, USF, and Middle Tennessee Middle Tennessee actually sent me, like, they didn't never send me an offer, but they sent me letters and shit like that. But I had a couple schools like that looking at me. But he told me straight up, "He's like, you got to get your grades right though." Like. And in my head, I was still thinking like, well, if I'm good enough, they'll come get me. And I was good, but like I was no like 5-star athlete. Like I wasn't that good where they're gonna start bending rules to get me into anywhere and shit like that. Like I still had to, have all the criteria, have my grades, have the pedigree on the field and all these other things. And I was just, and just thinking that my shit didn't stink essentially. Yeah. And went through my senior year. I think every year that I played too, I felt like my senior year was my best year. That I was just more focused on I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here. So like I did barely just enough to pass. So obviously none of those schools were gonna fucking give me a chance or anything like that. So my initial plan was to go to this school in Virginia, Ferrum, play there for a couple years, and I think it was Virginia Tech that was like 45 minutes away from where the campus was that I was at.
I'm in Virginia.
Yeah. So I was going to go walk on there or transfer over there. If not, then I was going to transfer down here and try to walk on to UCF, because I saw some of the dudes that were walking onto the team that I had played with or that I had played against. And I'm like, damn, they're making the team. I'm like, damn, if they're making the team, like, no disrespect, but like, I know I'm better than them. Like,
you've seen that a lot, bro.
Yeah, and I just going through that grind of, especially up there, like it was wake up to lift at 5 a.m, go to eat breakfast, go to my first class by 8 o'clock, out of class by like 2 o'clock. Go to my dorm real quick to get situated, go to practice until about like 6, go eat, study, and then study my playbook. I was already, like, if I could just do that without the school part, I think I would have been fine. But adding in the school part for me, I just was like, I was over it. I'm like, damn, I don't fucking care enough about the school. I just want to play. But like, after that, I just didn't really pursue it. I just kind of gave it up after that. But yeah, man. Hear that shit. I was good. I'm not just out here fucking talking shit. But so what? Because you ended up going to junior college, no?
Yeah, I went to JUCO in Cali.
How was that? Because you went out there with Justin. Or Justin was already out there, or?
Yeah, Justin was out there the year before me. He was going to Moore Park, and then we both went to L.A. Pierce. Coach Miller brought us down there with him.
Where he coached at Lake Cal, no?
Yeah, he coached at Lake Cal. He played. He was the D-line coach for a year, and then he ended up sliding up there to Cali.
Where? How was that for you? That
Cali?
experience, yeah.
Oh man, Cali was a vibe, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say anything better than Florida because I'm a Florida boy for life. But if I could go anywhere, Cali real expensive. So like, if you had the funds to go to Cali, bro, go to Cali. Like, for real. Tell you, I don't want to get too crazy because we on camera, but hey, Cali was crazy. Like anything out there is it's a little different because it's West Coast vibes. Yeah, but it's like when you get out there, the first couple months is like, okay, these dudes kind of weird, but then like when you start to sit there
acclimating and shit, yeah,
it's like okay, this kind of vibe, I can fuck with this, bro. Like this is a smooth little town.
And how you were out there for how long?
2 years.
2 years, balling. How was that? Because I'm sure you were playing with a lot of like kids from California, like from the West Coast. Did you feel like there was like a talent gap or like a difference between like Florida football and like, you know, California football, the, you know, guys that were playing out there and shit like that?
Man, so when I first got there, Coach Miller had recruited a lot of guys from Florida. So like 50, 55 people on the team was from Florida. So we probably had like maybe 10 people from Cali on the team.
Damn, so y'all were running that shit.
I wouldn't say, I ain't gonna lie. Cali had some dudes though. We had our running back, his name Keyshawn. Yeah. He was a dog, straight dog. He was about 175, but that boy ran angry. Like, damn. Like, you ever seen Doug Martin?
Yeah.
But I swear,
the fucking like, muscle hamster.
Bro, this man 175 run over linebackers that's weighing 230, 240, like going crazy.
For real. I mean, that's a part of that fucking mentality. You just kind of want that shit more sometimes. And
he a dog for sure. And, my boy Joe Breeze, he played a receiver. He was like 5'7", bro. This man playing outside X. Dude's coming out there going one-on-one with him. He up topping him like on their head, grabbing it off the top of their head. And 5'7".
That's wild.
Moving
man,
crazy.
That's embarrassing too.
Hey, but like when you see him do it, he'll catch a sled, take it to the house. He'll go up top. He's doing everything.
Yeah, I think that's besides getting trucked, getting like just like someone just sunning you, just mossing your ass. That's probably one of the most embarrassing things on the field.
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
It's like there's not really much you could do about it.
I think that's worse than getting crossed on the basketball court.
Yeah. I mean, I've been trucked before. I've been trucked one time.
Yeah.
And that shit, I kind of give myself a little leeway because I was already playing with a hip pointer. I was against Oak Ridge my senior year.
Yeah.
And it was on their sideline. And like I got pushed in the back, and they had a running back, number 2. I don't know his name, but he was fucking yoked, like strong as fuck. He ran my ass over on their sideline. They're over here fucking he probably concussed me honestly, but all I hear is Jordan like, get the fuck up, like get the fuck up. I'm like,
come on, man. I already know it.
But yeah, that shit getting trucked is fucking. I mean, I could take that a little bit more because it's like, you know, at least you're putting your effort in. I feel like, I don't know, getting like just somebody coming over the top of you and just catching the ball and just like you just don't even really know what the fuck is going on, kind of like you thought you made a play and you're looking like, oh nah, he's got that shit and running the other way.
Right. Some dudes, it's some dudes that just can't do nothing about it.
For real.
They be having that grip straight, like you trying to punch it, like the ball not even moving, like
for real. I mean, there's just levels to athleticism. There truly is. Like you think you're a good athlete until you fucking meet a fucking elite athlete and you're like, oh fuck, like I ain't shit. Like damn, like you didn't have to do me like that. Fuck.
Like, this dude's an alien, bro.
Yeah, who's the best athlete that you feel like you played with?
Best athlete I ever played with? Like you talking about just straight athleticism or like player?
Best player you played with?
Best player? I'm gonna say Justin, bro.
For real?
Like that boy Justin was different.
He did that. I mean, he's another one that was a late bloomer too. That he kind of, you know. He played well. He always showed spurts of that shit. Yeah. But then once he got to college, he locked in. I mean, he was always like that though. Coach Lowe was always giving him praise that like, you know, he was walking to summer workouts and shit, and like he always had a jar of peanut butter ass, so he like on some shit like that, but dedicated though, like goofy as hell. That motherfucker's funny as fuck, but like dedicated and like. You know, eventually that shit fucking, it paid out for him. You know, he was able to go to college, you know, go to different places and shit like that. Shout out to Justin. I'd love to have him on the podcast. He's a funny motherfucker. But and I've known him since we've been going to school with each other for a fucking long time too. So, But yeah, I mean, just having a mindset and being dedicated to something will take you far in life and will fucking take you to. It might not take you exactly where you want to get to, but it's gonna take you somewhere, and like, better than if you just are fucking around not doing shit, And there's mad people that just do that and then wonder why their life is the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Like, they're not trying to chase what they want for real.
For real. So from LA, you went to another college up in like Michigan or something like that, right?
Ohio. It's called Lake Erie College.
How was that?
Man,
that cold. I'm sure it was fucking.
Bro, there was some dark days over there.
I fucking bet.
We didn't have our own game field. We had to share our game field with a high school.
Uh-huh.
So, and the only time slot we could get was 5:45 a.m. practice. So we practiced in 3 days a week in 5:45 a.m. It's like some days it'll get 10 degrees. It'll be a little mini blizzard going on.
Damn.
It'd be snowing. We in there practicing, like really like tackling for real too. Out there getting muggy. Like, you know how to get all slushy when it turn on black. But we in there is crazy enough.
Oh man, yeah, because when I played in Virginia, that shit was. I'm not a fan of the cold. Like, I'm a Florida boy through and through. Like, I like the warm weather. I'd much rather play when it's fucking 90 degrees, fucking 80% humidity, all that other shit. Fuck the cold, because that shit will, like, get into your bones, and you can't get that shit out. Like, that shit fucking sinks into you. Like, we had a practice one time that it was fucking, like, it was, like, sleet coming out of the sky. Like, it was in between, like, water and snow, and that shit was fucking... Bro, I can't do that shit. Like, you have to. I mean, it builds character, like but like to live in that shit, people that grow up in that shit and live in that shit, and like that's why those fucking Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania kids are so fucking like. That's where you get all the big old linemen from and all that shit. Because I mean, they're fucking. They gotta be big to fucking so deal with all that cold for real.
Bad.
For real, fuck. Damn, how many years were you at in Ohio?
3 years. It was the COVID year, and then another 2 years after that.
Did you get more eligibility from the COVID year?
Yeah, I think we got everybody got an extra year after that.
How was that?
You talking about the COVID season, man?
Yeah,
bro. So the first game we played, we lost. The second game, we had to wait 3 weeks before we played our second game because of COVID. So we had one person on our team get sick. So then I guess it spread, but it wasn't even that it spread. People just had contact with them, so we had to take the 2 weeks. So we had to wait the 2 weeks, and then right before another person, like our quarterback had got COVID, so we had to wait for him to get healthy before we could play the second game.
Damn. Yeah. So how much longer did that draw out the season then?
It was still on time. We just lost those 2 games. Like, we couldn't even add them to our records. We only played 3 games that season.
Damn.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What? How many games did y'all play? Like in a regular season? Like, how many games was it?
During the regular, when it wasn't COVID, we played 10 regular season games, and then it'd be a conference championship week.
Way, damn, yeah. COVID was fucking. That shit was fucking weird times, dog. All that fucking
the dark ages.
For real, but there was because I was living at a house with Jordan and one of our other friends, and he had what's it called? Like a weight bench out there and like a barbell and like 45 plates and shit. And like, obviously all the fucking gyms were closed. So we just set up the fucking garage as a fucking gym. And like, we're getting after it though. Like, those were some fucking like legit, like that was probably the closest thing that I've had, to football workouts since I stopped playing football. And that shit was like, we were doing cleans. We're over here benching, squat days and shit. Bro, for like we were doing that for probably like 2.5 months.
I was getting right.
Yeah. Wednesdays was cardio days. We were running fucking 3.5 miles. We were running 1.5 miles, come back, do abs, run another 1.5 miles. And that shit was, we would time ourselves.
How many miles?
3.5.
Hell no. Hell no.
Or three. That's 3, yeah.
Nah, hell no. Y'all
trust me, I hate running. That. I hate running. Like, running just to run fucking sucks. I don't know how people do it. And I've tried to get back into it just to, change shit up because I still work out pretty consistently and things like that, but sometimes lifting weights and just doing the same shit, that shit gets boring sometimes. So I try to switch it up and things like that. So there was probably about like a year or so ago, probably like a year and a half, because it was about like a year after I tore my Achilles that I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking start going out, start running around the neighborhood again, all that shit. And I did it for about a month. And after that, I'm like, all right, back to the gym I go.
I don't know how people just go outside and just go for a run, bro. I can't do that, bro.
I mean, I feel you, but it does, like, once you actually like commit yourself to that shit and do it, like you can notice the benefits like pretty quickly. And like, especially on those days where you forget your headphones or that shit dies and it's literally just you and your breath and you're fucking running and you're like trying not to get in your head like, damn, this shit fucking sucks. Why am I doing this? Like, what the fuck? Well, and then you start breathing all heavy and shit and like, and it's just like mind over matter type shit. Like, it really does build up that. And so it's like, again, like, I'm not running. I'm not a big runner. Fuck that shit. But it is like, fucking beneficial as fuck. But, and you know, if you do have like because at that time too, like my older sister, she was running she was training for like a 5K. She lives up in Jersey, but she uses this app that tracks, you know, how far you're running, your distance, all that other shit. So I'm like, fuck it, like send me the app and I'll train with you. I'll just start running, like just to start running. So like, you know, we would help keep each other accountable and shit like that. So it helps when, you know, especially when it's something that you fucking don't want to fucking do. That shit fucking helps that you know, kind of someone check you if you need it or fucking, you know, have someone to kind of lean on a little bit. So I definitely, that definitely fucking helped. But yeah, I stick to just good old gym, lifting weights. Yeah. I've kind of gone away from like, I've gone away from like doing like bench and squats and shit like that. Like I'll dumbbell bench and things like that, but my fucking shoulders and my knees, my back more than anything don't appreciate the back squat. And they're like, why the fuck are you doing this? Like, you don't need to do this shit anymore.
I'm about to say, what you doing this for? Get on that leg press or something.
For real. Or some fucking, I'll do like some dumbbell squats, some split squats, or like sumo squats with the dumbbells and shit like that. But putting all that weight on your back, like, I've even heard like NFL players be like, yeah, that shit does, like, I haven't squatted in fucking years. Like, that you could substitute other. I think it was Antonio Brown. He was on a podcast and was like, yeah, nah, fuck that. And he's a receiver, so maybe it's a little different for him. But he's like, nah, I haven't. You could do so many different workouts to substitute back squat and get the same results and shit like that. But it does feel nice. Like when when you're able to put fucking 450, 500 on that bitch and fucking fucking put that shit up, it's a good feeling, but that shit adds up.
Nah, it definitely
that shit adds the fuck
like
up.
Squat head.
What was your max?
Most I ever did for squat, 500, bro.
Oh shit!
Never doing that again.
Yeah, no.
Nah. I did it once, never did it again. No dude.
I did that shit, and then it's like, all right, bet, like, and I did it pretty easy. And I'm like, bet, let's do 505. That 5 extra pounds is like, nope, you're not doing that. Like, doing that. I could barely even going down. I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming back up. So like, let me just drop this shit. It's different. It's wild how much fucking 5 pounds can just make a fucking difference, bro. Especially when you're dealing with that heavy a weight too. Bro. How much was your bench? What was your max bench?
Probably like 350. That's the most.
Oh shit! Yeah. Damn, you got me beat on that one.
Yeah. I don't even like benching either. That shit be fucking with my shoulders.
Same. I can't really do it anymore. It was like a couple months ago. I'm like, bet I'm gonna try max again and see what's good. See if I can get back to 315. I'm like, I got the 295. I'm like, ooh. Yeah, my shoulders don't work like they used to. Fucking, I'm getting tight and shit. And that shit hurts where it's not supposed to be hurting and shit like that. And fuck. So after you went to Ohio, what was the move after that?
Shoot, I was home for a couple years because I had to come back another semester after my senior year because I had to go finish getting my degree. Mm-hmm. Then I came home for a couple years and I was just training.
What do you have your degree in?
Business. Came home, I was home for 2 years just training. Then ended up going to this overseas combine and I did my thing a little bit. So I ended up getting an agent after that, and then he just put my name out there, and then I ended up getting a call, and then went out there, and then this past season just did my thing. I'm about to say I didn't have the season I wanted to have because I had a little injury, but I'm about to say next season definitely gonna be.
So you're going back?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Word. How is it? I mean, how is it like? I guess like what's the motivation behind like continuing to pursue this? Like, is it just like, fuck it, like this is just what I want to do until I'm like I don't want to do it anymore, or like what is? Because I mean, again, like that's just not easy, you know. Especially as you get older, physical sports, you're using your body to fucking hit people and tackle to the ground, so that shit adds up. Like, you know, what is it that's keeping you going?
Shoot, man, I just think about my family. Honestly, like it's something I've been wanting to do since I was little. So I wanted to be a good example for my little niece and just to let her know, like, if she ever got dreams when you were a kid, just keep chasing them, because it may not happen when you want it to, but it might happen when you least expect it.
Yeah.
And just hopefully all this work I put in, you know, God gonna bless me with the opportunity to do what I'm trying to do.
Word. Hey, you hear that, people? Fucking keep on doing what you're doing. Fucking pursuing it. Fucking even on the shitty days, because there's gonna be fucking plenty of them, because that's just how life is, man. People think that this shit is fucking linear, like it's just a linear path of success, and it's like, nah, dog, like that shit, life, it doesn't exactly. That shit is up and down and sideways and backwards and then forward a little bit and then back to the side again. Like it, like again, like a lot of it is just fucking mindset. You have to fucking be good up here, be good mentally, be able to, you know, check yourself, reel yourself in, not get too ahead of yourself, not get too down on yourself and things like that to really pursue shit, because there's going to be days where things are fucking, everything's going great, everything's moving how it's supposed to, and then there's that one unexpected thing that comes up, and it's like, now like your whole fucking world is crushed and shit like that. But, you know, more times than not, that shit's just a little speed bump. That shit's, you know, most of the shit you can come back from, you can recover from, you can fucking, you know, do what you got to do to get back on track. You know, there's that small percentage of things that are, you know, damn, like this is really fucking life-changing type shit. But most things you can fucking bounce back from, and people will just let little things like derail their whole dream. And I'm guilty of it too. You know, like I'm not just talking like just because it sounds good. I'm talking out of experience and shit like that. So it's like, you know, you got it. It is, and it, you know, some people have it more than others, but it is something that you can build up your mental fucking fortitude. You can build up that fucking mental strength and be better in that aspect of life. It's not easy. People are wanting that shit just to like be easy, and it's not. Like you can't grow. Most of the times when you grow, it's because you're going through some type of struggle or going through some type of turmoil in your life. Most people don't grow when things are going easy and everything's fucking cake and everything's just everything's good, like
getting comfortable.
Exactly. Exactly. So we got the NFL season. You've been watching? I mean, we're only in week 2. How you feeling?
I'm so pissed right now, dog. Man, I'm a Ravens fan, bro.
Oh, damn.
Gosh, bro.
Damn. That was a fucking... You know what's funny, too? I was watching that game. I'm like, oh, whatever. I was watching it better. I was trying to stay up, and I literally fell asleep like a minute before they started making their comeback. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, this game's over. 16, they were down, 16-15 with like 5 minutes left?
Bro, it was like 40-25.
Yeah.
With like maybe like 7-8 minutes left.
Yeah. And then I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what? What the fuck did I miss?
Oh my gosh. Man, we got to pick it up, man.
But, I mean, y'all playing the Browns this week, right? So they'll probably come and lay the fucking smack down on them. That's the one thing about the Ravens. Like, they lose these close games, but they always, like, they're putting up numbers against everybody else. Like, they'll come back and fucking lay the smack down and fucking beat all these other teams. But against the teams, you know, they need to start beating other playoffs teams, the other contenders, they start dropping the fucking ball. And this man, he even got words.
Here, dog. Like,
he even got words.
I think we gonna be straight, man. I think Josh Allen just nice, bro. He was just making some throws. Is only so many quarterbacks can make.
For real. Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about this the other night with one of the people that I had on, because I'm an Eagles fan, and a lot of conversation has come up of, you know, where people put Jalen Hurts and all this other shit. Like, is he a top 5 quarterback? Is he this or that, whatever? Yeah. Obviously, that's my team. That's my quarterback, whatever. But
I didn't even know you was an Eagles fan, bro. That's crazy. Oh, I wasn't even looking over here. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got that fucking David Akers. That shit's old too. You can tell that shit. That shit's signed.
That was probably for like 1985. David Akers played a long time, bro.
But I mean, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. Jalen Hurts.
You don't think so for real?
No. I think you can make the argument. Me personally, I put him like around like 10, 11, 12.
For real?
But I think you can make the argument for him to be like number 8, 7. But I think just the way that I rank quarterbacks, like I don't necessarily like, obviously like team success is obviously a thing, but I really just do look more at numbers and just like your way to maneuver the pocket and things like, and be a quarterback and not really like looking at the athleticism part. Because for Jalen Hurts, for example, like if you just look at him just as a passer, he's not that great. Like you cannot put
pretty though.
Sure, but like the stats show that if he throws over 30 times a game, we have a losing record. You want to keep him between that like 20 to 25 passes a game and then run heavy. Fucking give him options. Give the ball to Saquon. We just picked up Tank Bigsby from the Jags. AJ Dillon wasn't like, we're very run heavy offense, and that's where we see the most success. Once we start, once they start trying to put the game on his back and he has to throw himself back into a lead, it usually doesn't go well. Yeah. Now I say that when he needs to, like in that the first Super Bowl that we lost, he showed me that like, he can make the throws when he needs to, and like he is clutch. Like he does have that fucking, he's very like when it matters most, like he shows up. Yeah. So I don't knock him for that, but I'm talking just as a pure quarterback talent. I mean, he got benched in college too. Like this is not like a.
But Tua was doing his thing.
Sure, yeah, but I think if Tua was in a better situation, I think the narrative would be a little bit different on him. But he's in Miami. Miami's kind of, historically kind of been a dysfunctional franchise, and
that's true. But I feel like them concussions is really what's.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, and that's what I was saying the other day too. Like if he can stay healthy and stay upright, then you can make the argument for him being the top 10 quarterback talent wise and just throwing the ball.
I thought you were about to say top 5.
Let's
not get crazy.
I think top five, like you have to. That's like the elite of the elite, like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, Josh, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Like these are all like 6'5", fucking 220, 230. The only one, because Lamar Jackson's not really that tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3". But he's the only one. But all these other guys are fucking built strong. Like you could tell, like their mechanics, like the way that they throw the ball, the delivery, like their anticipation. And say what you want about Justin Herbert, but he's nice as fuck. Like I heard a stat the other day that I think he has the most passing yards through the first 6 seasons through any quarterback in history.
Damn,
so like say what you want about him. He might not always show up in the big game, but he's gonna put up yards. He's gonna put out numbers.
You might say I'm crazy for this, but I think Jalen Hurts better than Justin Herbert.
In what sense? Like I said, if you're talking about like clutch and being like
winning the game,
yes. But if we're talking about just quarterback talent, because I made this argument too. Like I thought Carson Wentz was a better quarterback talent than Justin Herbert, but Carson Wentz, the mentality, the between the ears wasn't all there. Yeah. That's the one thing that Jalen Hurts has over a lot of these guys in the league, that he's got it in between the ears. Like his focus, he's always level. You don't really see him get too high. You don't see him get too low. Like he is just the same all the fucking time. Yeah. And I feel like as a quarterback, especially, like I think that's important just as an athlete. I think that's important just as a person. But like as a quarterback, with all the shit that you got going on, all the things that you have to digest and read and dissect and point out, and that's one of the hardest positions in sports. And the fact that he just stays level headed all the time is fucking, and you can't really, that shit you can't really teach. Yeah. And he's got that shit. So on that aspect, I do agree with you that Jalen Hurts in that aspect is better than Justin Herbert. But I mean, you can't teach 6'5" fucking, he's he's an athlete too, and he can fucking toss that thing like he can throw that. Yeah, so like that shit you can't really teach either. Like some shit you either got it or you don't. And I think, like I said, those top 5 guys that I named, I mean, they kind of are in that. I think Trevor Lawrence, if he wasn't so inconsistent, could be in that, but he's so up and down. And
I thought Trevor Lawrence was gonna be so raw when he came out.
Same.
I don't know what's going on, man. I believe in him, but hey, right now he ain't showing me what he's supposed to be doing.
I think it's the Jags too. Like, there's just certain franchises that just are like, I think they're just doomed to be bad forever. Like the Jags they've had good seasons here and there, but like they're just like, it just never seems like they can get that shit right. Even when they were good with fucking what's his name, Blake Bortles and Jalen Ramsey, and they were in the AFC Championship,
win that bitch too.
And then they found a way to fucking fumble that bitch and fucking slip through their fucking hands, and they ain't been the same since.
Nah, for real. So I hate that all these dysfunctional organizations in Florida though. That's making us look bad.
I mean, the Bucks right now, they're probably they won the Super Bowl with Brady. And Baker Mayfield, for you could put him top 10. I think you can make an argument for him to be outside of that top 5. I think he's better than Jalen Hurts.
All right, I gotta cut it. All right.
As a passer of the football, you don't think he's better than Jalen Hurts?
I mean, yeah, passing the ball for sure. I mean, I feel like Baker is one of the most talented throwers in the league.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he's better than Jalen Hurts though. Jalen Hurts. I mean. Since you talking about pure talent, Baker Mayfield up there for sure. But as like a quarterback as a whole, I think I like Jalen Hurts better, just because he could do more with his legs too.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, I do take that into consideration, but I guess I don't. What's it called? It doesn't influence me as much as I guess it does other people. But I guess, I mean, nowadays, I mean, that is part of being a quarterback, being mobile, and not necessarily being like a running quarterback, but being mobile, being able to move around and shit like that is definitely become more of an element of being a quarterback. But I think the way I judge it, I just do it, like I said, just purely just off of like passing ability and things like that. Obviously, again, team success, stats, things of that nature, but, that's why, I mean, but that's also why I fuck with, Lamar Jackson. Because I was the same thing about Lamar Jackson. Like I was one of those guys I was saying like, yeah, no, like I fuck with him, but he doesn't pass the ball well. Like it is very much designed. The offense is designed for him. Yeah. But now, he threw 41 fucking touchdown passes last year. Like that shit's undeniable at this point. Like he has gotten better. He's become a better passer as he's gotten in the league and shit like that. And they do have that offense very much tailor-made for him. But, like, at a certain point, like, when you've been in a system long enough, like, that's kind of the idea. You want an offensive system that's going to be, made for the quarterback or for your best players to thrive. Yeah. But then also you got to go out there and execute. Yeah. And Lamar Jackson has fucking done that to a high level, to 2 MVPs. 41 touchdown passes. Like
should have been 3 MVPs.
It probably should have. Yeah,
we're gonna leave that alone.
You know what was funny? I actually saw that the other day because I guess it's the same voters that vote for like the All Pro teams that vote for the MVP. That last year they voted Lamar Jackson as first team All Pro, and those same 53 voters voted for Josh Allen for MVP. But he wasn't the first team All Pro quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. It's like that. That's where it's, that's why I don't like, like when the media and shit like that or like I think it should be like a combination of media votes, player votes, coaches votes to vote for these like things. Cause like, I think all those things count and I think all of them bring their own perspective to it. Cause like the 100 top players list, the NFL players, like, there's a lot of players that I'm like, why the fuck are they on their list? Or like, why is this player so low? Or why are they putting? But usually once you get into like the top 20, like you kind of like, it's pretty accurate to me. Once it starts getting to like 25, 30 and beyond, then it's just kind of like people are just filling in names and shit and being a little biased. But then, with the coaches, like, they're over here scouting these players, they're running reports on, they're the ones that are setting up these game plans, like who to game plan for, who to game plan against, all these other things. So I think if you take those 3 groups, and I think they do that for the All-Star game in the NBA. I think it's the same thing as far as like awards and all NBA, like is all media votes and shit like that. But
I think all NBA, the coaches votes now.
Oh, for real?
I think it was the coaches and the players.
Word. Yeah, that's better. I think it's better that way because again, it gives different perspective. Like, and especially I feel like a lot of these media guys, like, they get caught up in like controlling the narrative and like they're essentially controlling the history of whatever sport. Like, they decide who's going to be MVPs, who's going to be this, who's going to be that, and all this other shit. And it's like, man, you're giving these media people a lot of fucking power. Yeah, hell yeah.
They don't even be really watching the games for real. They just there to interview people.
For real. And fucking talk shit.
Feel me? Like, they don't even got a real insight of the game.
For real. And that, again, that's where, when you get, players and coaches that have played. But I also to that thing, to that point, too, I do feel like there are certain times, like I was saying, that players and coaches are kind of, they let their bias get in the way and shit. And, because they played with somebody or they coach somebody or, a lot of it's just ego. People want to fucking be right. And I discovered that guy. I made this guy or I made this player. I locked this guy up or whatever. And it's a lot of just, feeding your own ego and shit like that. But, get a good mix. Get a good mix in there. But what else, man? What's been going on? How's life been going for you?
Life's all right, bro. It's a blessing just to be alive. Every day is a blessing for sure.
Yeah, man. Can't complain. It is it's wild. Who would have thought we would have been sitting here doing a fucking podcast, huh?
Nah, for real though. Life come at you quick, bro.
For real. Oh man.
You got a P5 or an Xbox?
I got a PlayStation 5, yeah.
You got 2K?
I do. You got a PlayStation 5?
Of course.
We're gonna have to get each other's gamer tag. I haven't gotten. I still need to get a second controller, and I only got 2K25 right now. I haven't gotten 26 yet.
26.
It's nice. That's the thing though. Like usually I don't like to. Like I'll wait a couple years to get the new one because essentially like it's just gotten to the point where it's just roster updates. Like when you get the new ones, like they're just really updating the roster and like making little changes here and there, but like they don't really do anything new. Like so. I haven't played 26 yet, so I don't know, but I have been seeing that it's a little different. They have more stuff than 25 did, so
it's solid. I definitely think it's solid on offense. Defense, you can't play no defense, bro.
For real,
like, you gotta like make like a pure like real lockdown defender to guard people. For real. Like if you don't, bro, you will get cooked. Bro.
I mean, it's kind of like that in the NBA though. Like
yeah, for real.
Unless like you're like a defensive specialist, like motherfuckers really don't be playing defense like that.
Yeah.
Or like after the All-Star break, like that's when I really started watching NBA. Is like I'll pay attention and like peek my head in and pay attention to what's going on, but I'll really start locking in once after the All-Star break because. That's when they really start playing, and that's when like the games really start getting interesting and intense. But like, man, for like 2/3 of the season, that shit's kind of hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah, my fault.
No, go ahead.
Who you think gonna win it this year in the NBA?
Oh man, that's hard because there's so many injuries. Jason Tatum torn Achilles, fucking Tyrese torn Achilles, fucking. I mean, Dame tore his. I think he's done. He went back to Portland, which I thought was like. Really like
mentor Scoot and Anthony.
I know, but then why leave if you were just gonna be gone for 2 seasons and then just come back and not really like at this point I figured like if you're gonna like if you left because you wanted to be on a contender and win a ring, why go back to Portland because they're not gonna win. They're not winning shit. Yeah, but he wanted like he was like. Trade me, like get me out of here. Like I'm kind of tired of this shit. Like y'all, drafted Scoot, pretty much drafted my replacement. And I guess things changed. It's been a couple years, but like that really didn't. It kind of seemed like it was a lot of extra shit. But who do I think is gonna win the NBA Finals this coming season? I mean, bless you. I wouldn't be surprised if OKC went back to back, but we haven't seen a back to back champ since the Warriors.
I thought the Celtics was gonna do it last year, but then Jason got hurt.
He got hurt, and I like Jason Tatum. I think he is great. I do think he's a top 10 NBA talent, but he be pissing me off sometimes.
Top 10? I think, bro, he might be top 5, bro.
I think you could definitely make the argument for top 5. He just be pissing me off, bro. He's like too passive sometimes, and it's like, and he's so willing, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, but like he just is like. Too passive sometimes, and it's just like it just seems like when it's crunch time and he's putting up these wild shots and shit like that, like I have no faith that it's going in.
He do be like he be settling too much.
Yeah,
he really get to the cup.
Yeah,
to shoot them
for real. And he's big as shit too. There's no reason for him not to fucking get to the rack and fucking. He's 6'9", like fucking big body build. Like he's not a small dude. So like, and most people, like I said, aren't trying to really play defense in the NBA anyway. So like, just take it to the fucking rack. You get fouled, but like, if you do that enough times, people are gonna start getting out of the fucking way.
Oh, I just don't. Not that it ain't in him. I just think that's just not his game. I think he like being like
too finesse.
Yeah, too much.
And finesse. I love Jaylen Brown, but I don't think he's. I think he's done a lot more with a lot less. Like he was a top 3 pick, and he was super hyper athletic. He still is coming out of college and shit. But I don't think anybody thought that this is the type of player he was going to turn into. Like, no, I'm talking Jaylen Brown.
Oh, Jaylen Brown. Okay.
Yeah. He does. He's surpassed all expectations. But I also, again, like I don't think he's good enough to. I think he can take a game over here and there, but I don't think he's good enough to consistently do it. I think Jason Tatum has the talent to do it, but he doesn't have the mentality to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like so, like. If Jaylen Brown can switch his mindset over to Jason Tatum, he would
best
be
player in the world, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. No fucking doubt. Yeah. But he's not. Jokic, I mean, he's probably the best player right now. I know a lot of people are high on Ant Edwards, but
you don't think Shea?
Shea, yeah, he just won the MVP. But a lot of people are kind of putting that kind of that James Harden free throw merchant label on him and shit, but I mean, I think he's good as fuck. He's saucy as hell.
I just think that free throw merchant nickname is so stupid, bro. Like, even if he is making like 10 free throws a game, he's still getting like 32 points a game. So he's still scoring 20 straight buckets at least.
Yeah.
So it's like he's still cooking them boys. They just can't guard him. He know how to get.
Yeah. And it helps that he's fucking like 6'8" too.
I think he's like 6'5". I think he's 6'5".
Oh, I thought he was taller than that.
Nah, he's still a big ass point guard though.
For real. But Ant Edwards, I'm on the fence with him still.
I think he the one, bro, for real.
I think he got the potential to, but he's another one that kind of, I feel like not that he doesn't show up, but he'll have bad games in crucial moments, especially this last year in the playoffs. Like he did not play well in certain spots, and it's like, like people were, especially not last year, but the year before, people were ready to put that Michael Jordan label on him, and he's the next MJ and all this other shit. I'm like, man, he's 3 years into the fucking league. Like, let the kid breathe a little bit. Like, damn, like that. Like, I felt bad for him. Like, and I, props to him that he kind of, he was embracing it and he wants that. So like, kudos to him. But like, people start putting all these fucking next Michael Jordan, next this on somebody who he hasn't done shit yet. Like,
yeah, I mean, he doing pretty good though how old he is now, like 23, 24?
Yeah.
I think, he been in the Western Conference Finals the past 2 years. It's just, I'm not going to say it's the team because he do got to play better.
Yeah.
But like, it's hard for him to do what he wants to do because he be getting doubled and tripled a lot because they really don't got a lot of great spacing.
Yeah.
Because they only really like got one real like knockdown shooter on their team.
Yeah.
So it'd be clogging the lane for him because he really like to get into the rim.
Well, I think that was part of the issue too, that he defaults to taking too many threes. And he needs to start getting to the rack a little bit more, because even if he's not going to go up and take a shot, that's going to open up people because he's going to draw 2 or 3 guys anyways.
Yeah.
And if he can get, his passing is all right. If he could get that a little better, you could start kicking that out to, whoever the fuck Nas Reed can get high. Fucking,
we don't know.
Nas Reed, who was Jaden Daniel or fucking Jalen Daniel, whatever the fuck.
Jaden McDaniels,
McDaniels, that's who it is. Yeah, he's nice, but like, they do need to upgrade a little bit as far as like getting a little bit more pieces around him. But he starts taking too many threes, and that's part of the game now, whatever. But you got to play to your strengths. And I kind of like seeing though that the mid-range game's kind of making a little bit of a comeback. Shay's helping make that shit. That mid-range Jedi's got to come back because that shit opens shit up too. Like, it might not necessarily be the most like analytical shot and the most efficient shot, whatever. But 2 points is 2 points. Like, if you're at the rack or if you're shooting a high percentage, if you have a wide open mid range shot, fucking take that shit. Like, wow. But I think that's what kind of pisses me off about watching the NBA sometimes, that you'll see people pass up fucking great shots, open shots, because it's not in the analytics. It doesn't make sense to take that shot. And it's like, shoot that shit, mother. Shoot the ball, man. Shoot it for real. But damn, I guess I still haven't answered that question. That's hard, especially coming out of the East. I think the Knicks have a good chance just because, again, like there's a lot of people, it's kind of wide open there. Like I said, I don't really have faith in the Bucks right now. I don't have faith in the Pacers. Again, Tyrese Halliburton's hurt, so if somebody could step up and fill that role, maybe. But Miami, maybe. I don't know.
Miami winning the finals?
Maybe not the finals, but they could probably get to it. Out of the East,
Miami, the team they got right now, they kind of sorry right now because they just.
Yeah, that's right. I guess they don't. I mean, who knows? Bam could maybe he breaks out and gets into a. I'm not really that high on Bam, but
he cold. It's like. It's not that he ain't got that killer, because he really is a killer. It's just I don't think he's.
I think on a championship team, he's offensively. I think he's a third option on a championship team. I think he can anchor your defense, but on a championship team, like maybe second. But I'd rather him be the third option offensively.
Yeah. But he really could score though. That's why it's like if he had that mindset to just go be a scorer, bro, he could average over 25.
But then that takes away from him defensively, I think he's a better defensive player than he is an offensive player. I think obviously he could put up points, but I think his strength is in his defense. So it kind of, but I mean, I'm trying to think. Orlando's going to, and Detroit. I forget. I'm trying to think back on the season. Detroit had a good team. Man. I think Orlando. I said this last year. I think Orlando last year could have been a top 3 seed, but Paolo got hurt, and then like the very next game, Franz got hurt back to back for like 2-3 months, and it just derailed their whole shit.
Ain't Suggs get hurt too?
Huh?
Jalen Suggs got hurt.
Oh
too?
Yeah, but man, I loved him coming out. I wanted us to draft him when he came out of college, and I was so happy that he did. But he has not been able to stay healthy, and that shit is fucking upsetting.
He like a 3-and-D point guard.
Yeah, but he can't stay healthy, and we fucking traded for Desmond Bane, so. I think we gave up a little bit too much, but if he can, shoot how he's been shooting in Memphis, then that's exactly what we needed. And
they might got a squad, bro.
Yeah. So, I think, and again, all the injuries definitely opens up. I wouldn't be surprised if Orlando is the number 1 seed coming out of the East, but I think top 3 is doable, and I think that's what they should be striving for. And
the Cavs, you think the Cavs be number 1 seed again?
I mean, they can. I mean, but their issues are fucking, Darius Garland was hurt, and for as much as I like Evan Mobley, he didn't really play that well. Yeah, and Jared Allen, there's some points where he's a liability out on the court, like offensively, like he's a throwback center, so like I still feel like there's a place for that in the NBA. But when you get into a 7-game series, it's a lot easier to game plan and neutralize that shit. And if you don't really have much of an outside, even a mid-range game, then it's a lot easier. Rudy Gobert's another one that like it's a lot easier to neutralize those guys offensively because they can get boards, but you don't really want them at the line. They clog up the lane for people, and it does it's not really good for spacing how the NBA is now, but. I mean, they'll probably be, have a great regular season again and shit like that. But, the questions are going to be again, can you do it in the playoffs? You're going to be the number 1 seed and then fucking flame out again and not do shit with it. Yeah. So, but that's the thing with the East though, is that, it's wide open. Like nobody thought the Pacers were going to come out of the fucking East this last year. Like,
I already saw that thing.
Yeah.
Second, boy.
When Miami when they were the 8 seed and they played the Nuggets in the finals, like nobody thought that the Heat were gonna come out of the fucking East.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler was going stupid, boy.
So like I think the West is a little bit more. I'm a LeBron fan. I think he's the GOAT, but
agreed.
I don't really. I haven't really liked any of the Laker teams that they've had, really. I mean, the first few, like not the first year that he was there, but the year that they won in the bubble and then the year after that, I thought they had pretty decent teams. But after that, I've never really been a big fan of how they have their roster constructed. And it doesn't really seem like they have like a real direction. They just kind of like, well, we got LeBron and we got AD. Oh, we got LeBron and we got Luka. Like, we'll just fill it in. And like, yeah, maybe like LeBron 5-10 years ago could do that, but now LeBron's fucking 41 years old, and he you know, for as much as I love him and I think he's the best, like Father Time's undefeated. He's gonna catch up to fucking everybody, and you can see that, you know, LeBron can't carry a team like he used to, and I hate when people, now I'm about to get into this fucking, because people want to hold that shit against him. Like, well, he's been in the league for 20 years. He should be doing that shit. I'm like
nobody else doing that, bro.
Kobe didn't do that shit. He was in the league for 20 years. Dirk was in the league for 20 years. He wasn't doing this shit. KG was in the league for 20 years. He wasn't playing this well when he was 40. Vince Carter was in the league for fucking 20 years. So don't give me that shit that it's fucking he should be doing and he should have all these records, because if that was the case, all those other players would have been all-time leading scorers, all top 5 leading scorers, all this other shit. Like,
they keep saying Bron, you know, has all these records because of his longevity, but he passed the scoring record before Kareem broke the scoring record when he was playing. So it don't even make sense. Like, he did it before everybody else did.
Yeah, and like, you know, longevity does have something to do with it. Like, you got to be in the league long enough to break the record, but like, nice. yeah, you're not just fucking blindly stumbling across being the all-time leading scorer. Like, what the fuck? Like, ooh, how the fuck did I get here? Like,
the man has never averaged under 20 ever. That's crazy, man.
And people hold it against him too that, you know, well, he lost in the finals. It's like, well, who else is getting to the finals fucking 8 straight fucking years? Not really. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
like when that's the floor of your success, like the worst case scenario is that we're gonna get to the finals.
You gotta win that.
Most fucking franchises would take that shit.
So, but yeah, I mean, if he would have won that first one when they lost to the Mavs, I think he got like, there's no question.
That one I think is one of the only ones that you can really put the blame on him, because the first one with the Cavs, they had no business being in the finals
at all. They
had no business being there. He took them there and they got swept. And I don't hold that shit against them, because who the fuck else was on that team? Big Z.
Larry Hughes.
Larry Hughes was nice. He is nice. On 2K, I'll be abusing the fuck out of him on that team. Like, on 2K, that 06-07 Cavs team is fucking great to use. But in real life, that shit, Boobie Gibson, like,
come on, dog. Boobie Gibson, come on, man.
No disrespect, but like,
come on, man.
But yeah, the first year with the Miami Heat, they shit the bed. He shit the bed, and he deserves all the fucking blame for that. But then they went back to back, and then the fourth year with the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade was not any good. Like, that team, there was a team full of old. Ray Allen was old. Fucking Shane Battier, old. Like, man. You know, these were players that, you know, it showed how reliant that team was on LeBron James at that point. And then really the one that they should have, the first year in the Cavs when he came back, when Kevin Love got hurt in the playoffs, and then game 1, Kyrie Irving fucking broke his kneecap on some fucking, who the fuck does that shit? Like,
man, that was crazy.
For real,
I ain't never seen no shit like
for
that
real.
before.
So like, and they still won 2 games. They still took it to 6 games.
If Kyrie ain't get hurt,
they're winning that finals.
So,
and that really fucked shit up, because KD still wasn't a free agent then. So like, Golden State that dynasty might not even be a thing.
Real shit. If Kyrie was there, even the 4th year when they lost to Golden State, for the repeat year, I think they would have beaten them that year.
Man, but that fucking J.R. Smith.
Man, come on, JR. Come on, JR. He's so wrong, bro. But then everybody gonna remember him for that. When he was really like that when he was
that shit. I mean, but that's almost unforgivable, dog. Like, how do you not know? Like, especially in a finals game. Game 1, my boy Bron dropped a fucking 51 piece on him, and still like like you just don't have the fucking, you're not in the game enough to understand, like, get the board, and you just had to put that shit back up. That's game one in the bag. And again, not to say that they're going and win it, but like what that does for confidence and momentum, and for a LeBron James that's already come back from 3-1 against these motherfuckers and beat them. He was in their head. So like,
man, I just want to point out too, JR did that goofy shit, but we didn't forget about that missed free throw, George Hill. We did not forget. You should have made that, man. That would have never happened.
It all starts with him, for real.
It's all good, though. All
damn,
good.
I did,
to the past.
Forgive and forget.
You know what I'm saying?
Not really, fuck.
You feel me?
Damn, yeah, that shit is... The things that he's done, and I just like... And I'll be the first to admit, at some point, there's going to be somebody that's better than LeBron. Like, it's just inevitable. That's how shit goes. It's eventually something. And when that happens, I'll be the first to admit it. But, like, the people that still try to argue fucking Michael Jordan, that try to argue Kareem, and again, no disrespect, the people who try to argue fucking Kobe Bryant is the greatest of all time. I think Kobe Bryant is an all-time great, RIP. I think he's all that, but, like, nah. Oh, damn. He's not the greatest of all time. Like, it's just not. Like, he's not even the greatest at his position. He's a carbon copy of somebody else. And I mean, he's nice. And again, I'm not taking away. He's an all-time great. Like, he's, you know, that you can't deny. He's got 5 rings. But like, he's only has 1 MVP. 3 of those rings he won with Shaq, probably the most dominant player in NBA history. And he was the number one option on that team. Like, he was the man on that team. So like, you know, when you start arguing like greatest of all time, like, you kind of do have to start nitpicking and splitting hairs a little bit, because all these players are great as fuck. Fucking Shaq, Kobe, LeBron, Tim Duncan, fucking Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, fucking all these guys. All these guys are all great.
Where you, if you had to rank, where would you put KD in now?
I'll probably put him top 20.
Top 20?
Yeah. I think he's a great player. Obviously, great talent. One of the greatest scorers that the NBA has ever seen. But I do think the Warriors stuff, him going to the Warriors, you kind of have to hold that against him a little bit. Yeah. That was some bitch assness. Like, you know, if you're gonna hold, you know, certain things against other players, then that is something you have to hold against him, because not only did he lost 3-1. They had a 3-1 lead and then they lost. But he just like, yeah, like, I'm not going to beat them. Let me just go join already the greatest regular season team ever, and let me go run up my stats. Like, and
yeah, that was crazy.
He was great. Like, it, like watching that was incredible to watch. And like, it was like, they made that shit look so fucking easy. It was incredible. But like, when, like, to me, it's like that was expected. Like, they weren't doing anything that wasn't expected. So like, how, like, we all thought they were gonna win the finals. They did. We all thought that KD was gonna. I mean, you can't double team him on that team. You have to check for Steph and Clay. So everything's gonna be 1-on-1. So he should be fucking cooking everybody. He should be doing, like, it wasn't anything that was, like I said, unexpected. And then I think everything after Golden State too, like, what has he done? Like, he's still balling, he still puts up numbers, he still gets his, and that's all great and dandy. But, you know, he went to Brooklyn. They did their own big 3, and they got out of the first round once.
Yeah, they got injured though. The first year, I ain't gonna lie, they looked like they was gonna do something, but then I think James Harden got hurt and Kyrie both got hurt.
But I mean, that's what happens when you leave Steph and fucking Clay and Draymond for James Harden and Kyrie. Like, no disrespect, James Harden, but I mean, he's, you know, he kind of was the same thing, that he would flame out in the playoffs, and he didn't, you know, people were knocking him because he would be very hot and cold in the playoffs.
Man, James Harden used to piss me off. Gosh. Like, bro, what are we watching? Like, bro, you averaging 35 in the regular season, in the playoffs club, you can't get 20. Like, what's up?
Yeah, and then Kyrie too, like, he stays hurt. Before LeBron went back to the Cavs, people were labeling him as injury prone and a bust. LeBron gets there.
That's crazy. That's disrespectful.
Bro, I mean, what was he doing though? He stayed getting hurt and the Cavs still sucked.
Yeah. I mean, as Kyrie's game, he's really like
the talent was there, and that's the thing. The talent was there, but again, what is that? They weren't even winning.
But who did he have though? He didn't really have nobody to like help him.
LeBron came onto that team, and they had essentially the same team.
That's GOAT. That's GOAT level right there.
Sure. Kyrie but when back to kind of the point that I was getting at with KD picking James Harden and Kyrie over Steph and Clay, and that organization that they much well run than Brooklyn. And Kyrie has a history of being flaky, and James Harden has a history of not showing up in the playoffs, and that's what you decided to go to. And I can appreciate that because he wanted to go out and, prove that he could do it on his own or do it, be the man on the team, but he couldn't. And then he goes to the Suns, and, what do they really do there? Like, they barely, kind of the same. It was pretty much Brooklyn 2.0. They get Bradley Beal, Devin Booker's there, but then like they're never playing with each other. Someone's always fucking hurt.
Their games don't really fit together.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I like Devin Booker more as a 2 guard than running the point and shit like that. I'd rather have him like when they had Chris Paul. I'd much rather have like a pure, because then he plays well off the ball, but then he doesn't have to necessarily initiate the offense. He can just be a part of it and have somebody else come up, bring the ball, get everybody set up, shit like that. So I do prefer Devin Booker playing more off the ball, playing the 2 guard more than him running the point, but. Now KD's with the fucking Rockets. So, we'll see how that goes. And they'll probably have a good regular season. I think they'll probably be, another top 3 team in the West just, because of just talent and depth, and Şengün's fucking nice as fuck. Van Vliet's a good veteran. He's got championship experience, things like that. So
that boy, I'm in.
He'll lock motherfuckers up too. So
might be that guy.
Yeah, so that frees up KD to just do what he does and go get buckets and shit like that, and be a complimentary piece and not necessarily the focal point, especially at this point in his career, because he's 35, 36 now. So
he might be like 37.
Yeah, so he's had a couple injuries, Achilles, things like that. So again, he's not putting out the same output, but he could still go get you 25, 30 any given night. Yeah, so they might be, but. We'll see how they do in the playoffs, and we'll see. That's really what it comes down to. And it kind of sucks, but not, because the NBA regular season does kind of feel like watered down a little bit and doesn't seem as important as the playoffs do. I mean, and that's with any sport, but it just kind of seems devalued, especially now that they try to put the NBA Cup in there to try to spice up the regular season a little bit. And yeah, the players don't care. They don't care enough to fucking make until the tail end of the season to really ramp shit up and like actually be playing good basketball and shit like that. So
yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. It really don't start looking like they going their hardest to like last 15, 20 games.
Yeah, but fuck, that really didn't even answer your question.
No, you good, brother. You good.
But no, I think it'll be an interesting season. I think it's definitely a lot more open up. It's like I said, just because people moved, injuries, kind of helped that, and we'll see who else gets injured in the season and shit like that. Who you think's gonna win?
I want to say the Lakers, but I'm gonna just be
fingers crossed. I want to see LeBron win like 5 more so they can shut that shit up. It's like, what else you gonna fucking say? You can't say shit.
If they let LeBron play another 5 years and win 5 of them things, bro,
that would be fucking.
They wild. Sorry, because he old as shit. Come on, man. he Bron, but like, come on, man, 41 years old.
I mean, shit, Luka. They got DeAndre Ayton, which that's a little decent pickup. I don't think it's like groundbreaking or anything, but it might be better than what they had. I mean, JJ Redick, what was that dude with the like big ass curly hair, Chris Hayes or whatever the fuck, Jackson Hayes. Yeah, they didn't want to play.
Gonna do something.
Yeah, no, he wasn't doing shit. JJ Redick didn't want to play his ass, so maybe DeAndre Ayton can bring a little bit. He played in the finals before. He's top pick, so that the talent's there. So maybe they can, between LeBron and Luka, they can unlock something there and have him.
They said they're trying to get Andrew Wiggins too.
Real? Oh shit!
So if they get Andrew Wiggins and they keep Reeves, they might have a solid.
What's funny too, that LeBron, when he went to Cleveland, is like, nah, get Andrew Wiggins out of here. Like, give me Kevin Love. Now he's coming back. But, I mean, how many years is he in the league now? Like 10 years now? Something like this? Yeah, so he's a seasoned vet now. He's won championship with the Warriors. So
he's supposed to be way better, though.
I mean, especially, you know, the hype that he had coming out of Kansas. You know, he had the hype coming out of high school. But coming out of Kansas, he was fucking... Yeah, he was supposed to be one of them ones, and it just didn't really pan out like that, huh?
Nah, man. I thought Jabari Parker was going to be that dude, too.
He got hurt, though. Yeah, he got hurt. I think, I mean, that's probably just in any sport. It's really hard to judge talent, but I feel like in basketball specifically, like you can have talent, you can have the skills and stuff like that, but just the way that shit is now, like it's very like ISO, very, you know, individualized. And basketball, for as much as it is, you know, one person can carry a team, it's still a team sport. And when you have a good team with good players, you could tell the difference between good players that don't play well together. Because you can have all the fucking talent in the world, but if your games don't mesh, if they clash or whatever, then that shit don't, you know, it's gonna show on the court. People don't, you know, the spacing, you know, who's going to play what role. Like, if I'm used to being the scorer, but they need me to go get boards or something, am I going to be okay with that? You know, my points take a little bit of a dip and shit like that. So, I mean, there's a lot more that goes into the dynamics of a team than just get good players together and shit like that. But, you know, that's what AAU is now. They just get the best players from their area and they just let them ball out, because you could do that when you're, you know, 14, 15, 16 years old and you're just bigger and stronger and more athletic than the people that you're playing against. But, you know, when you're in the NBA and everyone's big and strong and athletic, like you can't just out athlete anybody anymore. Yeah. Like you have to be a little bit smarter, you know, have a little bit more nuance to your game and kind of play chess out there and move people to where you want to move them. Like that's where it's just, you know, that's where the difference is in the league, in any league, because everyone's big, everyone's strong, everyone's athletic. Like they're in the fucking NBA, the NFL, MLB, wherever the fuck for a fucking reason. Yeah, you just gotta, you know, it's those little things that are gonna start separating you. So that shit is what's it called? People just think it's black and white. Like, nah, dog. You got to be able to do a little bit more than just jump high and fucking be fast.
Facts. You got to do everything.
Shit. I got a solid hour. What, 12 in? You want to talk about anything else? Anything that you want to touch on, talk about?
Man. Nothing too crazy. Just something I feel like everybody should hear this all the time. Just live up on your people, man. Just tell anybody that you ain't talked to, anybody that you're mad at, bro, just check in on them. It might have a life-changing conversation you didn't even know you could have had.
Facts.
Saying, because I'm not saying me, but like a lot of people been losing people lately. Just tell your people you love them, and then if there's something that you need to say what you gotta say, because you never know, somebody could be gone the next day, you don't even know it.
Facts.
For real, bro. Just look after your people, live up on your people.
That's some real shit. Yeah, we'll end it on that. That is some real shit. That is especially, you know, just. The world's a crazy place. Things happen quick. So, you know, you just never know. Like you said, you never know when shit's going to happen. You never know when it's your time. So you just got to fucking embrace it, love it, fucking make the most of what you got going on right now. Because that's really all that matters. That's all that's fucking promised is right now. So my dog, Jamie.
Appreciate you having me, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. Feel free to come on, you know, whenever you want to come on. We'll get it, you know, get in here, chop it up. If you just want to hang out too, fucking all that other shit. This is episode 235 of the No Hangover podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, follow across all platforms. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on our socials on Instagram at No Hangover Pod, or on our Instagram at No Hangover Podcast, and our TikTok at No_Hangover. You want to plug your social medias, anything like that?
Twitter, jcologne.24. TikTok, jcologne.5, I believe.
Word.
That's about it.
Word. Everybody love everybody. Deuces.